And we're live.
We are. We can tell because we're both sitting here waving our arms.
Talking, and it says live on Facebook and YouTube.
No, it says. There we go. We're live.
If YouTube and Facebook says it, it's true.
Right.
Don't you know?
Well, how could it not be true?
Yeah, if it's on there.
We're only a couple minutes late, but the mayor wants to point out council was done in time tonight.
Council was done in time. I was caught up in
the technical issues still had to be dealt with. So
well, they're setting up, but I was on a shoot in London, and it went a little bit later than planned. So that is my bad.
We forgive you.
For everyone that had to
and
wait.
I'm sure the people of St. Thomas, because we promised we're going to do a half-hour show tonight.
Yeah.
So that you have lots of time to then assemble your snacks and drinks ready for the Jays game.
I hate to encroach.
8:08 first pitch or whatever it is. So I'll be okay. But if I have to watch the first couple of innings with a jacket and tie on, I'm not going to be happy either. I go home, put on a pair of shorts and a T-shirt.
I just go on Google and it gives me an update.
Yes, that's really not as exciting as you might think it is.
Really? No.
In a seventh game situation.
Oh, it's fine.
I recognize the whole world would still carry on even if I missed it. But I will not. Yeah. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We want to thank still Councillor Peters, former Mayor Peters, who was on with us last week and explained, and we had great response from all of the people who were on last week.
Yeah.
And, a lot of just really special remembrances of things Steve has done in this community. It's almost sounded like he passed on. No, he's just leaving council and he's got other things he has to do. So we got to no questions last week, or almost none. Right?
Yeah, we answered a bunch. But we've got a special guest here, Bre Betts.
We do. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
And she's a specialist on Taylor Swift, among many other things.
Right. So I need to know nothing now because I brought a specialist in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just how it works.
Good,
right? You
because
get a
my studying on Taylor Swift's new album has not been as extensive as I hoped.
Right. No, we thought you were going to do the deep dive. Maybe it didn't happen.
But you lose your councilor. You got lots of projects.
Yeah. Well, I can advise you on Taylor Swift or municipal politics.
Okay, great.
But
I'll take both.
like you don't need that, so let's do Taylor Swift. Yeah?
Well, we had a nice little article in the London Free Press today. If you haven't seen the mayor's interview from the weekend about homelessness and housing and comparing moving forward versus not, and comparing us to London, and we're pretty pleased where we're at. Are we done? No, as I said then, no, we're not. But this council at least continues to look forward to what we can do. So please read the article. We won't have to talk any more about that tonight.
Well, I was just talking to Helen Cole.
Yes, by all means. Yes.
The leadership conference out in Middlesex last week, or on Saturday, rather.
Helen's a good friend. I was going to say an old friend. She's not old. I am. But Helen was a former councillor here in St. Thomas.
That's right.
And certainly was one of when I first went into politics, was one of the people who I chatted with a lot of politicians, a lot of people who have been out serving the people. And so she's one of the special ones in my heart. How well she worked. We run into each other about once a year now, I think.
Well, I think she's going to be in touch because she's living in Sarnia now.
Yes,
and she wants to talk to you about everything that St. Thomas has been doing to help the homeless population.
Well, it's perfect because more than one councillor from the city of Sarnia has been here and sat at this table and talked about it. Reached out to the mayor of Sarnia, and Indwell, of course, is now starting a project in Sarnia. But it should be the fifth of the projects in Sarnia, and they'd be getting close to. But that's what happens. You just get started and move forward.
And then I was over at the Western Ontario Wardens Caucus event as well last week.
Everybody was at that but me.
Yeah, you were supposed to be there.
Well, I know that Lisa was going. Our city manager was there and a couple of others. And I said, I've got a ribbon cutting that I promised I would do, and it overlaps, so I've got to stay here and do it.
You were missed. That's what I'll say. People are asking about you, and they're like, we wish Joe had been able to make it out here. But
no, I know it's not near as funny if I'm not there. So, but far and wide across Southern Ontario, the Western Ontario Wardens have done a huge job of becoming relevant. Of the wardens of the counties of Southern Ontario working together to get great big things. And it really is it's truly a group that in the past kind of met for lunch. And now the last 2 or 3 terms of wardens, they actually have the reason to get the ear of ministers of the Ontario government, because They do things.
Rob
exactly how
Flack
you
was
do
there.
it.
Yeah.
Minister Flack was there, and he gave a great talk and chatted with a lot of people who was there as
Nice.
well. And they had a ministers panel in addition to that at that
Yes.
conference.
Well, 2 weeks from today, I'm in Hamilton to talk about homelessness, and Minister Flack is there too. And you know, we're going to do our we love being at the same conferences because it can be. I could talk specifically what's happened in St. Thomas, and he can talk in a larger
That's right.
scale
Context.
about
Yeah.
you know his favorite mayor.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, we heard about Doug Ford's favorite mayor from Steve Paikin, actually, during the conference. And he says that although they both claim to love each other dearly, he's never seen them actually get along in public. But when he said his favorite mayor, I was like, I wonder if he's going to mention. No, it was another.
Well, and Steve Paikin and I go back a number of years with TVO. And his show, and I've been on it, I think 3 times or 4 times. So,
and now he's a podcaster. They canceled the show,
he's probably reaching more people now than he ever reached on TVO.
I would assume so.
No offense to TVO.
Might be time for you to start a podcast.
Well, we kind of count this as our podcast.
Yeah, this is kind of
we
like
just
our
say,
podcast.
okay, look, I do a whole lot better answering questions live and talking about what's happened just this week.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do it based on topic.
Well, maybe you talk Steve Peters into doing a podcast on the history of Elgin County.
Oh, no, it would be so good if he did. He's not quite as technically sound as Grayden is.
We're going to do a show as soon as I move.
Right,
then we're going to do a history show.
Yeah.
Small details.
Yeah.
Jess says hi, by the way, Bre.
Hi, Jess.
Jess and Bre are good friends.
Jess is my bestie since we were 4.
And you keep leaving her home while you go off and do all this other stuff.
She's got
Is she packing?
Yeah. She's packing. She's packing.
Is she packing?
She's packing. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We're having to move, and
I know.
all this stuff's happening. So.
My least favorite thing in life.
I will not move again.
It's the worst.
No, I'd like to.
Worst.
I think if I'm feeling like I'm going to pass on, I could burn the house to the ground, and then no one has to worry about the stuff. Did I just say that out loud? Because someone's going to hold that against me.
No, just make sure your house doesn't actually burn to the ground.
No, now it happens.
If it does, then you've got. But no, my parents have been a big help as well.
Happy to see you tonight.
Yeah.
Jess says hi. I say hi to Jess, but you notice she didn't say hi to me. That's okay.
It's implied. It's implied.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The same status as always, Brent. We're the city,
secondary plan.
You asked that the city be involved in the secondary plan, and I knew it would slow it down because we've got so many other things going on. But we are now, working on the criteria, the pieces of the secondary plan. So ask it every week. You'll get the same answer. When I have something more, I'll certainly share it.
Mm-hmm. So you had council, Mayor. Yeah. What happened today at council?
Well, we declared the vacancy of Steve Peters leaving. We knew we had to do that within 1 week following the resignation. And we passed a resolution that we would appoint someone. We won't hold a $200,000 election to try and replace one councillor. So we'll come up with some method of appointing someone. And in our time in council, we've done it a couple of different ways. So council will decide next time it meets or the time after that, sometime before Christmas, to come up with what the solution will be to fill the spot.
Okay.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep those cards and letters coming in. I've had a number of people reach out to me as to what their qualifications are and why we should look at them.
Take the coffee date and then let them know that it's not just your call.
Well, no,
Go for the coffee first.
Right. No, well, I'd love to chat with you about that.
Yes.
But I'm 1 vote of 8. Right? So, yeah.
Yeah. What else was happening at council?
Oh, tonight, let's just go through the list real quick. A lot of committee of adjustment stuff, some changes to the apartment building at 65 Walnut that had to be approved or has to go to committee of adjustment. Another subdivision, the hold symbols taken off the Doug Terry subdivision in Miller's Pond. Notice of a decision on committee of adjustment for some vacant land at the corner of Wellington Street and Centennial. That will be a number of townhouses. We kind of approved that about 1.5 years ago, and now it's kind of come back to life. Some community improvement grants, right? We continue to get more housing or entice more housing by giving certain community improvement grants.
Mm-hmm.
I was part of a check presentation today to one of our other new docs.
Oh, fantastic!
You know, as we keep attracting new physicians to St. Thomas, and we offer some financial incentive to help set up an office or to contribute somehow to their costs.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and did that today. It's my first one of those. We talked a lot about our strategic plan. The city of St. Thomas continues to grow smartly, and we've put together a very detailed strategic plan. And even we don't think we're visiting it enough to say, where are we on this? Where are we on this action step? So tonight's process was to add a couple of other action steps that now have come up as part of the use of the strategic plan for into 2026 and the future. And then to also come up with some key performance indicators on how we'll measure when we've completed certain things on the strategic plan. We think cities should plan well, but they should also take a look at how they're measuring their own plans.
Yeah.
We talked about a road closure in the downtown for Light Up Talbot.
Mm-hmm.
Was approved through council tonight. So, and the animal control exemption because of it. Why would we have to have an animal control exemption?
I believe there's horse and carriages.
There is horses
running up and down the streets.
So, and I thought, well, we got a petting zoo. What's going on here? And then I realized, no, we've got horses. Right? We passed the road closure request for the Santa Claus parade the next day after Light Up Talbot.
Mm-hmm.
There's some real changes to curbside recycling. It doesn't truly affect your home because those that produce recyclable materials, including a local restaurant, now contribute so that cities don't pay for the recycling side of the goods that are recyclable. So we talked about that tonight at council. Elma Street's getting a full design all the way from one end to the other, and we're likely to take out the signal light at Canes and Elma. It was first put in because of the pedestrian traffic of kids walking to Balaclava and walking to the high school. And since almost nobody walks anymore, that's likely to become an always stop rather than a light. So
great. I love that. Because I popped down, which is the one just before that.
You use the Scott Street and King Street a lot.
I love them.
Right?
Love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that light, I pop down and then I go across on Redan so I can avoid that light.
Right. We had a budget monitoring report that told us about where we are in the 2025 budget tonight. And so it's not great news, but we spent a little more than we said we were going to, so we've got till the end of this year to kind of fix that or put it into next year's budget. And that is really everything that happened at council tonight.
Wow.
Well, I met one of the new doctors on the weekend.
Yes.
I understand he's a very new orthopedic surgeon.
Excellent.
And the nurse that I had, who was lovely, they were all lovely, was happily telling me they're only one orthopedic surgeon away from being fully staffed again.
Yeah, right.
And able to handle it all. That's amazing.
Well, this used to be a place where a lot of people came for orthopedic surgery.
Yeah.
Because we had a full complement.
That's right.
And then some of them move and different things happen. But we try to help the hospital wherever we can as we're doing physician recruitment to also ask them what else are they looking for. But mostly what we're looking for are general practitioners. Exactly. Family doctors. Yeah. So we continue to. So who broke your arm?
Well, I fell in a corn maze.
Oh.
As I was lecturing my two boys to watch their steps.
Don't run in the corn maze.
While I was looking at my phone. So it is entirely my fault. We won't say where it happened, but the corn maze got the better of me.
Yes.
But I saved the
face. Let me think of the corn mazes around us. No,
stop it. Yeah. No, all my fault. My fault.
Yeah, because there could be we could reclaim some of this.
But it was a pleasant experience,
right,
in so much as getting to the hospital,
right,
and having just moved back here after 20 years and being in the GTA for that long. It was so lovely in 3 hours to get multiple X-rays, multiple exams, get a cast. Yeah.
Our hospital is amazing.
It's amazing.
Wow.
It's incredible.
I was going to use that one,
lucky.
But it was way too easy, so I didn't use the amazing part. Right? Okay.
But it is.
Because I thought it would be too corny.
Oh God. Yeah. It was,
Okay, let me know when you actually get that.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
I get enough of these dad jokes at home. I don't need any more.
No, I teach them at the university level.
Oh,
Dad jokes.
my husband teaches them at the university level from home.
Right. Okay, good. I could use an EA. No.
I'll put you on his daily distribution list.
We got a question in.
I used to do the joke of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. What's the question?
When will Leger and Vanier work start up again?
As soon as you see construction equipment.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know. I'll look. I'll look tomorrow and ask. So I take it the work on Leger and Vanier have stopped, because they shouldn't have stopped yet if they're not done. So I'll check tomorrow, and we'll have it on next week's show.
And we've talked about the Fairview Bridge project. What's the status on that right now?
Well, we get a weekly status, and I keep getting asked it. But why don't you sign up for the email so you get it the same as the mayor? Here's where we're at. What work got done this week? What's going to be done next week? We're now looking like it will finish during November, and a lot of earth to move. But the curb and primary paving has now happened along the north side of Talbot. In the closed section. It seems to go pretty quick from this point, because most of the underground water and sewers and stuff has now been connected or is very close to, and then you just start packing it in, putting pavement on. I'm anxious to quite see the profile of the hill with the walking tunnel underneath where the railway line used to run. So let's see. I didn't also share, we've got a great new packet of documents out, and it is on our City of St. Thomas website also. But it's all things about development incentives to help us build more housing, how to convert your home into putting alternative rental units in place, turning your house into a duplex or triplex or a garden suite. But all the other incentive programs that are available through the City of St. Thomas. And I've been told I have to leave these on my desk. You can have one, of course, if you want, because you know how good you are about sharing. But so that as people come to talk to me about other things, I can say, well, did you know this is what we do to heritage projects? This is what happens in the downtown. This is what incentives there are for employment lands and, the housing to go with it. Perfect. All right. So anyway, we now know it. We'll answer any of those questions too.
And then upcoming events, we've got the Pumpkin Prowl on Friday. They're closing the street down. Downtown Development Board is putting that
trick or treating with the street closed, with Talbot Street closed, and almost all downtown merchants participating. And looking forward to the crowds they will see. And then the night after, of course, is the Santa Claus Parade. So the street is packed again with people. So come and see your downtown.
And then we've got the Spirit Awards on the same evening on Friday.
Oh, yes. And I did just see a file of certificates for those that may or may not have won.
Wow.
And I didn't look at it yet.
That's good, though. That's exciting.
I'd like you to hear it that night rather than, Yes.
Whew. It's good. It's intense. And Rick from Caps Off is saying, thank you to all involved in these updates, as well as all the amazing work this city council is doing to grow along with our community.
Well,
nice words,
great.
Rick.
Thank you. And I had a lovely dinner at their house on Saturday night, and it was really a lot of fun. Stephanie's been away at the cottage all summer long and won't come home, but she's in fact coming home tomorrow. So she's watching. Thank you for watching Mayor's Update, but
she's watching right now.
If she is, it'll come on, and then she's coming home tomorrow and spending the rest of this week before she returns back to the north. I think while the weather keeps being like it is outside, she's not coming here to stay.
Where's the cottage?
Oliphant, which is just north of Sauble Beach on Lake Huron.
So nice.
So about 3 hours away.
Nice.
And I got to go spend Thanksgiving there, and we had some of her family there. It was great.
And are the city staff participating in carving pumpkins again for Pumpkin Prowl?
Yeah, I saw a memo went out this week, and I said, when will I carve a pumpkin? And I believe I have whatever hour I choose on Friday to carve my pumpkin before the start of Pumpkin Prowl. right?
I've got here.
And I have an idea for
Yeah.
for a mayor's pumpkin, but
Mhm.
now if I can actually find the time and not cut off any fingers while I'm carving that
Good
pumpkin
luck.
would be
Good luck.
right. No,
Very
one is
excited.
just as important as the other.
They you can also paint pumpkins.
No, I know, and I
Glow
think
in the
that's what
dark.
we have we have a great deal of paint left over in that room that was here for when the kids painted rocks for Orange Shirt Day.
Yeah.
Right. So somebody said, well, can we use this for face painting? I said, no, I believe that's
Don't
like
do so.
oil-based
Yeah,
paint. I
don't
don't
do
think
it.
we want
It's
to paint
oil-based?
anywhere with that. Like it's real paint.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Right. That they painted rocks with because, somebody had the really good idea that we should give kids missiles, let them paint them, and then we could have an event. And
Missiles?
well, nobody threw anything at me, so I felt
Rocks were
safe.
flying?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But I just wondered about whether painting rocks was an appropriate thing before a public event. Right?
Yeah.
As we get closer to an election, perhaps not. Right? Right.
Yeah. All right.
What else we got up here? Did I miss anything?
We've got
Yeah.
some questions in from Brett here. He's saying, who created the document about development incentives?
Well, obviously, our planning and housing department, right?
And,
Using federal money and provincial money and our own CIP plan to help incentivize the building of more housing units in our community. And you're right, last Friday, that's why I couldn't go to the Warden's thing, because I was cutting the ribbon on the Highland apartment buildings, the tallest building in St. Thomas.
Yeah.
And people are now moving in there at a rapid rate. And so we continue to create housing in St. Thomas of all shapes, sizes, and values, right? So we'll continue to do that. I saw some cars at Balaclava today, so I think there was at least something going on inside the building, which I'd like to get hurrying on.
Oh, we have someone from Facebook who's named themselves the next mayor.
I
Who's
saw
saying
that.
good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Great.
Good evening.
So when do you plan on running in 2030 or 2035 or?
Oh, and there's Bree's mom,
That's
Vicky.
my mother.
Says, I can't believe I had last week's session up and I missed you, Bre Betts.
No, I wasn't there.
No, we're here.
Just this
Yeah,
week.
this
It's
just
tonight.
this week.
Yep.
It's tonight, and I'm now going to learn a lot of things about Taylor Swift, right?
Yes, we're gonna
What do
do.
you want?
Or any municipal questions you have. Also,
We're gonna
So-
close out with our Taylor Swift discussion on the
Okay.
new album.
I'll give you
Right.
each one question.
Okay, well, I don't have a lot of recorded music anymore. Mostly
That's
it's downloads and streams
Mhm.
instead.
Mhm.
But if I was to have the opportunity to have Taylor Swift's new can't call them albums anymore, but
You can.
Okay.
I have it on a vinyl.
okay, you
A
can.
glittery orange vinyl.
Oh, excellent.
That's very nice.
Is
Very,
it worth
very nice.
Yes.
me doing that?
Listening to it?
Yeah.
Oh, good God, yes.
Okay, great.
It is so worth it. Do you like things that make you happy?
Always. And
Things that make you just like not able to not
well,
dance?
as you know, Stephanie's a former professional musician,
Well, I
and
do
so
not know that.
oh yes, and so
Now I do.
when she sings in the house, I am just so pleased. Or in my car because
It is a happy album.
no, it's
Happy
happy
album.
music.
It's a happy
Great.
album?
That's
It's a
right.
very happy album.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to have
Interesting.
Because
to
she's in love.
stream.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
make
I mean,
I
it
know it
can't
made
all
me
be
happy.
sunshine and roses,
Right.
Grayden,
Yeah.
but it's mostly happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's some like a little bit like,
Some sad. Some
Mhm.
sad. But yes, it's worth your time. Do you have a burning question, Grayden, about Taylor Swift? Grayden has had the pure
more
joy.
in depth.
Mhm.
He gets
than
to
mine.
spend time in my house listening to the vinyl.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah, it was quite lovely.
Yep.
No, I thought it was good. It's not my favorite album, I would say. I think she's at this like artistic crux point where she's trying to figure out where does she go
Where
now
am
that
I
she's
next?
had
Right.
she's had as much success as any musician in the world will likely ever have.
right,
And she's
and
made
did
as
some
much.
smart business moves too
Huge.
on how she
Brilliant
captured back her own
businesswoman.
music. And
Really
see, I
nice.
look at it from a business. I look
Mhm.
at almost everything as a way of a
Yeah.
business piece. But what she did and what's been explained to me
Mm-hmm.
by my former professional musician wife, that was really smart of her. She's
Very
really done
smart.
some great stuff.
Yeah.
She owns all
Yeah.
of her own music again by doing it that way. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is the boss.
But as an
Yeah.
artist, that's where you kind of hit that point where like a lot of the music that connects with people is you're looking at the struggle of life and these different types of things. And it's harder to relate when you're a billionaire to the people that are like, playing college football.
And I will say, I think, if I'm being honest, it's a bit simpler, in my opinion, for her, and a bit more down to earth and connected to the passion of making music. And I think if she was here, she must have not gotten your invitation.
She got it, but I think she was a bit busy.
I believe if she was here, she would tell you that she just is passionate about making art.
Yep.
And what makes her passionate is about putting her feelings into it, and that is what makes it real for people like me, who maybe are at similar stages, not in all ways, but similar ages, let's say, in life, right?
No, I enjoyed it, and it's always nice when you listen to music and you still enjoy it when it's another album, even though it may not be.
If I could respond to the infamous next mayor who's afraid to use his own name. I'm Joe Preston, the current mayor, and I use my own name, so thanks. But are you anticipating my demise? Because you said this is my last year. Wow. I'm sorry. I expect to live much longer than one more year. So thanks. I think we got the guts. Use your own name.
Yeah, I think we have a policy where if you're going to go on anonymously and
we're just going to take you off.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So we're going to do that. Hope you enjoyed your short little run there.
Short stint as mayor.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I've certainly heard comments like that in each of my elections, and have not yet lost one. So
and you always will. Because somebody will always have something.
Right,
some people
of course.
will always find something to be upset
about.
I
mean, you've given them the honest answer of how things are going to work, and that isn't what they were looking for. So
but somebody
just
has
how
to
we
make
do
decisions.
it. Right?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So we're pretty pleased on. So will we still get Taylor Swift to come on the show?
Well, it's she hasn't got back to me yet, either like yay or nay.
Oh no, so then it's still open. Of course.
I'm assuming you told her.
Right.
We will adjust to your schedule. Right.
No, I said we did have to have. We have a tight schedule, and we're gonna move ahead with it as we are. But if she does become available, then we will of course accommodate.
Okay, if she messages you and tells you she's only available like
I
Saturday,
want to see that
2:30 a.m.
That's when we'll have Mayor's Update.
You'll take it.
We'll
Okay.
take one for the team.
No, we'll do Mayor's Update in the middle of the night if that's the case.
I love it. I love it.
I'll do it in my pajamas.
We could all do it in pajamas. I think Taylor Swift would be down with that. Actually.
100%.
Yeah. The pajama party. That's what we'll call it.
Great. Dale, I wanted to say good luck to the Jays tonight. I know I'm rooting, and I suggested we'd be done here before the Jays were going to go into the game and celebrate. So I know where your interests lie. In just a very few minutes, Dale, you'll be heading off to catch the game. So, and of course, I've been watching all sorts of sports on the weekend. So it's and last night's game was incredibly good.
Oh, it was very good. Jess Andrews has a question for Bre. Has Tay ever played in a small town?
Bless you, Jess. Thank you. It's very important. And of course, because she wasn't always one of the most famous musicians in the world.
Right.
But I'll quickly tell you one of my favorite things about T Swift before she blew up. She was very active on Instagram. And one of the things she used to do for her small group of fans is she would invite about 50 of them to one of her houses pre-album release, let them listen to it, get their feedback, incorporate it if she needed to. That to me is even better than a small
town. Should that be a
town.
faster song? Right? Or should it be right?
And I think it demonstrates, a person is still a person is still a person. There's no need to now. I think there's security issues, and we got to be a bit more careful. But thanks, Jess.
Yeah, that was a great question. You see how Joe and Grayden just couldn't get down.
We can continue the conversation later.
Yeah. All right. So let's watch for the neat things that happen this weekend with Pumpkin Prowl and then
Spirit Awards. Who's going to win? We're going to find out. You're going to know.
I'm going to know tomorrow when I sit down to sign all the certificates. Yes.
Julian's asking about the Special Olympics. I know we were following up on that.
Dave Kerr is a friend of mine who's now responsible for some of the Special Olympic sports. And I did ask him, would you come on Mayor's Update? And he said yes, but we couldn't get a Tuesday night that was going to work yet. But I'll ask him again this week. If you'd like, we could do Special Olympics next week.
Yeah, I think that works for me.
Okay.
Let me just pull up my...
Julian, do you know we got any tournaments coming up? That I know there's a basketball tournament coming up sometime soon, and I kind of would like to talk about Special Olympics just before an event like that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, I see that we have a few people congratulating us for getting rid of the clowns.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this ain't no clown show.
No, not at all. If there's a clown, we can do it. We're the
That's
funny
right.
guys. So,
You want someone to clown
we use
around.
our real names.
Don't edge into our space. You have to bring a new
All right.
kind of energy.
Well, how are we doing on time?
We're at the end.
Yep.
Oh, no. Well, we're at the end. Somebody else already predicted that tonight. Yeah, clown.
Come to the end of our time.
Of our time.
As you
right,
love,
so,
as you love to
yes,
say.
I better fill out the will. Thank you. Well, I'll see you all.
Oh, just a little breaking news here. There's a big announcement from Sean
Coming
Dyke.
up about the Sports Spectacular. And I've already heard some of the people who might be coming, but Sean and the group that run the Sports Spectacular in this community,
Just incredible.
it's an absolute full room
Yeah.
with great evening out. And I can't wait for it again.
Sean, you should let us know. Let's break the news right now this evening.
Yeah,
on the Mayor's Update.
or maybe you want to come on Mayor's Update next week and tell us about Sports
Perfect.
Spectacular.
Let's do it.
Because we could use that as our premium thing and then do.
Yeah,
Special
you're going to
Olympics.
find out. Well, okay, we'll touch
Because
base
there's
with
a great
Sean and
connection
figure that out.
between Special Olympics and Sports Spectacular.
Yes.
Because the Association for Community Living and Special Olympics are the two recipients of the money made at the Sports Spectacular. So, no, it's been great. I get to sit with the athletes of the year each year and have just such a great time with these athletes who play sport just for fun, right?
Yeah.
And have a great deal of fun doing it. And the mayor steals their speech and then tells them they have to go up and give it from memory, and I give it back before they go. I'm not cruel, but it's funny at the time. Yeah.
Oh, Sean says he can't do that. He can't let us know right now.
No. Oh, okay. Well, soon then.
Soon.
Right. But then if you'd like to come on Mayor's Update and share about Sports Spectacular, even bring one of your other compatriots. There's a whole
such a
hard-working group that does Sports Spectacular. So not to say Sean is a member of that hard-working group.
He is very much
He is very much so.
Yeah.
Right? Like he is for the city.
Yeah,
So-
and Dale Cummings is saying there's a great local band called the Dead Giants, and they'll be playing at the back alley. Come out and support them.
Okay. They get a lot of good local bands or regionally local bands
And the food
at
is
the back alley.
fantastic.
And
Is
I've
it?
been hearing nothing but
Love
great
it.
places, great things about the food.
We're
At
going
the
there
back
Friday for the first time.
Oh,
I hear
Instead
that.
of with you for sushi, but yeah.
I thought you were going to the bistro.
Oh,
We were, but then we switched to the back alley because
That's right.
Julie.
did
did
you
that.
just say she gets to go out for sushi with you?
No,
No,
I'm not doing sushi because my littlest won't.
No, I get that, but I've
Of
been
course I
almost
get.
begging him.
What?
I've
Grayden.
invited. I've been
One
he's
time
never
you've invited
around.
me.
Never
One.
around. So
Right.
busy.
Oh, I don't get invited. To
I always
this.
hear
I just show
afterwards.
up.
Right.
Do you want to
Yeah.
come to sushi Friday? We're going to sushi before the pumpkin pie. Would you like to join us?
Before the pumpkin prowl?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm going to wear a shirt that's pretty loud, so if I spill
It's like
stuff,
4:30.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
4:30 dinner, right, Grayden?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
4:30.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean, if you're, yes,
We're going,
remind me again on Friday, will you? I think I'm doing Tony Bendel's show Friday afternoon. Can't get enough media in this town.
No,
right?
no.
No.
Got to cover it all. Julian saying he's going to talk to Coach Linda about the tournament, and May I talk about it next week about the tournament. Julian, we'll
Yeah.
let you know when
What-
Dave is going to be on, and then
Right.
we'll have you on as well.
Okay, perfect.
All right, now we should
Great.
really sign off here.
We should get out so I
Yeah.
can get home and get snacks going.
So
Yeah.
thanks
Yeah.
everybody.
It's important.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll see you next
We
week.
want to thank Grayden for joining us tonight.
Glad to be here.
Wait,
Always a
Don't
pleasure
forget
joining
the
on your
Harvest
show.
Gala at Holy Angels,
Yes.
November 1st.
Yes,
You don't have your
Yes.
tickets. You don't have your tickets.
that's right. And
it's a great dinner, some auctioning going on, fundraiser for Holy Angels.
and it's absolutely fantastic cause. All right.
Cool.
See you next week. See you
I
next
miss
Tuesday.
you all already.
Take care.
Thanks.
Stay safe.
Yep.
Keep smiling.